Um, Hello guys, hi. So we make a Google Meet for today because we're in hurry for us to make an assignment for our English assignment. We need to choose a topic first. So we need to have a discussion on which topic they would need to choose. So everyone need to come up with one topic each. So let's first. I found this topic quite nice, and yeah, I'm interested in it. It's the suicide one. Well, the suicide for now has been become a trend. As you can see, for now, every year 1 million people have died by suicide, and suicide also has become the top three causes of death among people who are aged between 15 to 90 years old. So basically, it's teenagers, right? So, what factors that lead to the suicide? So basically, I have already found three factors, which is first is the body shaming thing, the third is bullying, and the fourth is abusing. And these three is lead to depression, and after the depression, it leads to the suicide. So the depression is leads to suicide. Suicide, for nowadays, in every 40 seconds, as I see in the Google just now, every 40 seconds we will have person die by suicide. This data that I gained is from World Health Organization, or also known as WHO. It's really concerning for us. So I think the topic is really good for us to use in our assignment. I also found the percentage of each three factors, which is the body shaming has 13% of the suicide cases, the depression have 20% cases, mental illness also have 30% to 70%, and then finally is bully, we got 7% of the cases of suicide. So the suicide thing is how we're going to prevent. So I found like four or three ways to prevent from suicide to happen. Especially for as parents, parents need to check on their children because parent is the person the closest to the children. As we know, the teenagers is mostly do a suicide, so they need to check on their children if they are good, that their mental health is good or not. Does not do not push them or do not put a pressure on them. The second is obviously we need to stop the bullying in schools. The bullying causes 7% of the suicide. Children become more stressful and become more pressure of the bully. They think that they have no value in life. So by that, the bully need to stop in school especially. And the third is the themselves need to take a rest or do not push themselves to the limit. If they're feeling that have pushed themselves to the limit, they need to stop and take a deep breath or have a vacation. Just stop doing what you do, like work or your study. Just stop for a while, and yeah, they need to have some alone for their time. So I think that suicide is kinda interesting for us to do for our assignment. For that, that's my opinion now. That's my opinion. So I don't know about you. Anyone else, guys? How about you, Sedato? Do you have any topic that you want to share?
For this assignment, I choose cause of mental illness as a topic. So first of all, mental illness, also called mental health disorders, refer to a wide range of mental health conditions that affect someone's mood, thinking, and behavior. Most mental illness don't have a single causes. Instead, they have a variety causes called risk factors. Some of the causes are environment. Living in a stressful environment can make you more likely to develop a illness. Things like living in poverty or having an abusive family put a lot of stress on your brain and often trigger mental illness. Other environmental Factors that can lead to mental illness are death or divorce, a dysfunctional family life, and changes jobs. The next causes is genetics. Mental illness often runs in the family, suggesting that people who have a family member with a mental illness may be somewhat more likely to develop one themselves. Susceptibility is passed on in family through genes. Experts believe many mental illness are linked to abnormalities in many genes rather than just one or a few. And that's how these genes interact with the environment. Mental illness itself occur from the interaction of multiple genes and other factors such as stress, abuse, or a traumatic event, which can influence or trigger an illness in a person who has inherent susceptibility to it. And the last one is life experience is one common factor why many people crack under pressure, leaving them vulnerable to all types of mental illness. We all go through things in our life, but some people know how to control life stressor, but some can't. Some life stressor can be family problems, relationships, issue with a significant others, financial hardship, failing grades in college, and more. All these factors could lead to stress, depression, and anxiety. To summarize, there are variety of causes that contributes and cause mental illness. However, therapy will be able to change their negative behavior pattern. And that's my topic for our assignment. So, what about you, Sophia? What topic did you choose for our assignment?
Okay, I will proceed for the next topic. I will talk about the effect of divorce on children, which is the first one is emotional impact of divorce. Young children often struggle to understand why they must go between two homes. They may worry that their parents may stop loving them. Grade school children may worry that the divorce is their fault. They may worry that they are misbehaved or they think that they did something wrong. The second one is divorce related to stress. Divorce means children lose their daily contact with one parent, especially fathers. Many children feel less close to their fathers after divorce. And the third one is mental health problem. Divorce may increase the risk for mental health problems in children. Divorce may trigger adjustment disorder in children and also found that depression and anxiety rates are higher in children from divorced parents. Next, behavior problem, which is children from divorced family may experience more externalizing problems such as conduct disorder, delinquency, and impulsive behavior. Children may also experience more conflict with their behaviors after a divorce. And the last one is poor academic performance. Certain children from divorced families do not perform as well in academic. Kids from divorced families have trouble with school if the divorce was unexpected. So I can conclude that psychological effect divorce on children, which is stressful for all children. Okay, we proceed with Najwa. Arif.
Thank you, Sophia. Now, I would like to talk about homeschooling. Homeschooling is a type of education where children learn outside of school setting under the supervision of their parents. The family determines what to be learned and how it is to be taught while following whatever government regulation applies to the state or country. So, educating a child at home has become a very popular thing nowadays due to the development of the internet and the emergence of a variety electronics benefits. However, there are many advantages of homeschooling and also disadvantages of homeschooling. First, the advantages of homeschooling is the parents can determine the apa uh, the curriculum and their children's schooling schedule. I mean, it means it's quite convenient because they can arrange their schedule by themselves, and then uh, they also can spend extra time with their children on difficult concept and move ahead after children's masters a subject of concept, which means the parents can supervision their children's. I mean, they can control the, the effect of learning on the children's. Next, I move to the disadvantages of homeschooling. Uh, the the disadvantages of homeschooling is the parents needs to spend large amounts of money on books and other learning materials, because when the children's studying at school, they got free books for their educations, and then they need speak with other people homeschooling their children to get ideas about solving difficulty problem if they are unsure about the course of action. I mean, the lack of friends because they are homeschooling, which is isolation. And then, so I can conclude that homeschooling can be very stressful, but it's also rewarding. However, homeschooling is not for every parents that unprepared or unwilling to make the commitment to be an effective teacher should be avoided. Next, I would like to invite Najwa.
Okay, thank you, Arif. Okay, for me, I made research about body shaming because for me, I think this topic is quite interesting for us to make as our assignment topic because people nowadays take it easy about body shaming. For me, no, I think a lot of us think body shaming is not quite good for us because it is negative way to criticizing our appearance. So negatively, shaming about our body is quite offense to us lah because we we don't want this appearance, but we have to accept it. And then I think this body shaming also can lead us to mental health, low self-esteem, anger, and self-harm. And either way, body shaming also manifests in many ways, which is criticizing your own appearance through a judgment or comparison to another person, or criticizing another's appearance in front of them, or criticizing another's appearance without their knowledge. No matter how this manifests, it often leads to comparison and shame and perpetuates the idea that people should be judged mainly for their physical features. Sadly, body shaming occurs among both men and women of all different shapes and body size. Body shaming has included both criticism of being too fat or too skinny, often picking on flaws that completely irrelevant. Many magazines, social media platforms, and advertisements contribute to body shaming in ways that have started to normalize the damaging behaviors. Why does body shaming occur? Growing up in this world in front of a mirror can ignore the conventional notions of beauty and can result in deep-seated self-esteem issues. Today, individuals are more accepting of being indifferent from others. However, with the pressure from media social, young individuals are more prone to want to look a certain way. Negative comments and provoking image can drive young girls to engage in unhealthy behaviors in order to change their body type to conform to the norms of society. This may lead to self-injury or cutting, binging, and purging behavior, or even full-fledged eating disorders. individuals with history of trauma, depression, self-harm, low self-esteem, of borderline personality disorder are more likely to be affected by body shaming and potentially develop an eating disorder or engage in self-harm behavior. So I think this body shaming is quite dangerous lah to us, because sometimes some people cannot take it take the body shaming as a job, because they think it's quite sensitive to us to criticizing about our appearance. So I think to overcome the body shaming is we have to avoid to talk uh, negative uh, negative topic to other people, such as like body shaming. And then we also have to practice self-love to appreciate our body, and then we have to ignore what other people talk about us. So that's all for me. Now I would like to ask Aina what about her topic.
So the topic that I choose to discuss with you guys is the effects of social media on teenagers. Nowadays, social media become a big part of many teenagers' lives. Do you know that almost 97% use of a social media platform are teenagers? Therefore, social media has its benefits to teenagers. For example, teenagers can communicate with others like friends, family, and closest one, which is good. Another benefit is that they can entertain themselves over the social media, which could help them to avoid depression. However, the misuse of social medias among the teenagers could give negative effects to them. Some of them use the social media in a longer time period, could affect their sleeping time and distracting them to be responsible to others. Moreover, even worse, some of them misuse the social media by cyberbullying others and sending threats, spreading rumors, which could lead suicide thoughts and suicide attempt to the victim. The harms of social media that I can conclude here is poor mental health among the teenagers will be increased if they misuse the social media and being irresponsible to others. So for me, I can conclude that there will be no harm and negative effect if the teenagers be responsible in the use of social media. Moreover, parents also should monitor and checking on their social media to avoid harms to them and make sure that your child is fine and not experiencing any symptoms of anxiety and depression. So that's my topic. That's the end of my topic. I really like Najwa's topic about body shaming, because body shaming becomes a very, I mean, it could be body shaming, it could be awareness to people out there that body shaming is not okay. What about you, Iza? What topic do you like?
Well, personally, I'm also interested in Najwa's topic, which is a body shaming one. Well, body shaming now, since the old and now, the body shaming have been non-stop talking about this. They just keep on talking and talking, and they doesn't even know that by they doing those, the body shaming thingy, make the person who received the body shaming become depressed and leads to others and then the suicide thing. So I think that the body shaming is quite interesting for us to do for our assignment. So how about you, Sophia? How do you think? Do you agree?
Yes, I'm also strongly agree with Najwa's topic. So what about you, Saidata?
Yeah, I also agree with Najwa topic, the body shaming one.
Arif as well. So thank you.
So I think we all agree to choose Najwa's topic, so we can proceed with our assignment.
Yeah. So what we waiting for? Just go. So let's do our assignment. So
Let's start.
let's ask Miss you. Okay. Right.
Thank you. Bye.